Hi guys, I'm Rick. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm making spaghetti and meat sauce. Alright, I'm starting out here with my 5-quart Dutch oven. I have it heating up. And I have a pound of 80/20 hamburger here. I'm not going to add any oil in here because it's going to make its own oil from the fat and the beef. So I'm going to add this in and chop it up and brown it up. Okay, now that my hamburger's halfway browned, I'm going to add in 1 medium onion that I diced up fine and let this fry in there with the hamburger so it starts to cook through. Alright, my burger's brown and I drained off the excess grease. Now I have 4 cloves of garlic here that I diced up fine. I'm going to add those in. And you're going to put these in close to the end of the frying because if not your garlic will get bitter on you. And I'm going to fry this for a few more seconds just to give this garlic a chance to start getting cooked. Okay, this fried for a minute or so, and the garlic's about cooked through. Now I'm going to start building my sauce. A 46-ounce jar of tomato juice here. I'm going to add most of this in. You could add all of it in, but I'm going to save a little bit for myself to drink, just a little bit. Give that a stir. Now I have 2 8-ounce cans of tomato sauce. I'm going to add them in. You could also add like 1 14.5-ounce can of tomato sauce. It's just my store only had this size that I went to. Alright, I have a 6-ounce can of tomato paste. I'm going to add that in there. Get the lid out of there. Okay. Now I'm going to give this a stir, turn up my heat a little bit, and allow this to gently cook for a minute or two to blend those tomato flavors together, and then I'll start seasoning this. Alright, I left this cook for a little bit, and it's starting to come up to a gentle boil. I'm going to add my sugar in to sweeten up my sauce, and I'm going to start with about 2 teaspoons. And you want to taste this as you go and go gradual because you can always add extra, but if you get too much in, you can't take away. And this will also sweeten up as it cooks naturally, so I don't want to go extra heavy on the sugar. I'll give this a taste. I'm going to try one more and then see how that is. Okay, that tastes good. Now I'm going to add a little bit of salt in this. It's just a taste and a little bit of pepper. Alright, now I'm going to add in some oregano. And I'm going to go for about a half a teaspoon worth. And give that a stir. Give her a taste. That tastes good. Now I'm going to add in some Italian seasoning. About a half a teaspoon of that. And you can make your sauce as spicy or as mild as you like. I like it somewhere in the middle or a little bit more towards the spicy side. I don't want it bland. It's all up to your personal taste. Stir this around good. That tastes good. Now I'm going to add some celery seed in here. You could also use fresh celery. If you're going to use fresh celery, add that in when you add in your onions in the beginning. Alright, I'm going to do about a 1/4 teaspoon of that. Stir that around. Okay, now I have all my spices in there. It's screaming for a little more sugar, so I'm going to go for another teaspoon. Because you want a little on the sweet side. That helps cut down the acidity of the tomatoes. In there. do one more. Okay, that's good. Okay, I'm going to cover this with my splatter screen. That'll allow the moisture to escape, but it'll help keep the spaghetti sauce in. Or if you don't have one of these screens, cook this gentle enough that it does splash all over your stove, but don't put a lid on it because you want your sauce to thicken, and it won't thicken very well if you have a lid on there. So I'm going to let this simmer for about a half hour to 40 minutes. Alright, my sauce is done. It went for about 40 minutes, and as you can see, it's nice and thick. And I also went ahead and I boiled up a pound of spaghetti, out of my reach. I'm going to go ahead and add that right in. And if you want to get fancy, you could put the pasta on a plate and then put your sauce over top, but fancy isn't in tonight. So I'm going to give this a good stir. Let's go ahead and serve this up and see what we got. Okay, I'm going to finish this off by topping with a little Parmesan cheese. Okay, there you have it. Spaghetti and meat sauce. Give this a try. I think you'll like it. And until next time, I'll see ya.